Hello everyone. I never expected myself to be making a video like this, but due to recent events, I feel like it's important for me to speak out about what's been going on. So, most of you have probably heard about the whole situation right now with Myka Stauffer and giving up her son. I will attach some of her videos down below, but basically she adopted the son from China, and he has an autism disorder, and somehow things got too much for her and she ended up rehoming him. And while I don't have all parts of the story, because yes, privacy is important and it's important to not assume things or judge people when you don't have the full story, I just don't really know what to say about it. I'm just very heartbroken. I have so many emotions everywhere. But all I'm going to say is that when you sign up to adopt a kid, you're signing up to parent that kid for the rest of your life. If things get too hard, you still made a promise to take care of that child. Adoptees already have abandonment issues, feelings of guilt, feeling like so many different feelings. And when you take them in as your forever family and you just give them away again, it just adds on to their already current issues. This boy's gonna grow up thinking that there's something wrong with him because two families didn't want him, and who knows if this third family might rehome him too. And there's just a lot of different emotions and feelings going around that I don't really know how to put into words, other than I think if you have biological kids and decide to adopt, it's very important to treat them equally, treat them like part of the family, because I think a lot of times if they're the only adopted kid, they can feel left out. But when it comes down to them or the biological kid, I feel like a lot of times parents might choose the biological kids. And this little boy didn't deserve to be rehomed. No one deserves to be rehomed once they've been adopted once. And I can't imagine what he's going through. I mean, he's not old enough to process all of this yet, but when he is, he's going to be hit so hard with everything, and I don't know. I don't know what to say. I have so many emotions about this, especially related to my own abandonment issues, and I really do feel for that little boy. I am very sad about the whole situation, and I wish it wasn't like this, but it is. So now that I've said my part, I actually talked about this with one of my other friends who's an adoptee, so I'm going to show you that conversation, and that'll be it for this video.
Hey everyone, so I'm trying to put this whole video together, and we talked a really long time on FaceTime, but my computer was being weird, so I tried to split the clips up into different parts, and ultimately none of that worked. I wasn't able to salvage the video. I only saved the first, I was only able to get the first two parts.
I guess I have a lot of really mixed thoughts about it. Just because I whenever I heard about it, I went to her YouTube channel and watched the actual video. And I don't remember which video, but they talked about how they specifically asked for a special needs child. So they knew he was special needs, but it would have been very hard for them to necessarily diagnose him with that certain kind of special needs whenever he was adopted. I don't think they should have rehomed him. I understand that it was hard. Mm-hmm. But I also don't understand why, if it was so hard, they decided to keep him for 3 years, and after those 3 years then give him up.
Yeah, I read this blog post. So they had an interview, and her husband said, with international adoption, sometimes there's unknowns and things that are not transparent on files and things like that. Well, James is right that there are unknowns with international adoption. There are countless unknowns in birthing biological children. So, like, I don't know. I just, like, definitely with special needs, it's a lot more difficult than, like, taking care of someone who's not special needs. But, like, when you agree to do that, you agree to, like, do what it takes to care for that child. And, like, I don't know if this will sound bad, but, like, if they weren't prepared to adopt a special needs kid, then they shouldn't have said they were going to adopt a special needs kid.
Yeah,
like,
because, like,
yeah.
with, like, a special needs kid, like, you have to know there are going to be hard days. It might be hard for, like, your whole entire life. Like, you just don't know. And I think the fact, it confused me that they asked for a special needs kid, yet they already had 2 younger ones. Then they adopted him. And then they had 2 more kids, which is hard regardless whether or not the kids have, like, special needs or not. But it just doesn't it doesn't make sense to me why they took on more kids. And it also makes me wonder, like, if her other kid, like, one of her other biological kids, you know, like, had special needs when they were born, like, had whatever Huxley had, would she still have kept her biological kids, or would she have, like, rehomed them?
Yeah, that's where I'm, yeah, I've been thinking about that too. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, like, adoptive parents, I feel like sometimes they favor their biological kids over their adoptive kids when they shouldn't. Like, I don't personally know of any family that does, but I feel like there probably are families out there that do that. And, I don't know.
It's overall hard because, like, we don't know necessarily, like, what they were truly, like, dealing with, you know?
They were expecting him to, like, change his behaviors to, like, fit their family needs instead of them having to change what they're doing for him to fit his behaviors. And when that didn't work out, she was like, we can't do this anymore.
I think it's just, like, overall hard just because we don't really have the whole story, and we probably will never know the full story about it. Because, like, all we know is, like, what she's, like, posted on YouTube and, like, what our thoughts are. But, like, one thing I think that, like, hit super duper, like, hard for me was that, like, I think every adoptee, we all deal with our own burdens and, like, our own struggles with being adopted. And, like, for me, I know one is, like, I don't, like, I know it won't happen, but, like, subconsciously, like, I feel like I have to be perfect. And I don't want to do anything wrong because, like, I don't want my parents to abandon me again, even though, like, I know that's not going to happen. It's still there subconsciously, just with, like, the abandonment issues I have. Like, he was literally probably just being how he was, like, with his, like, special needs. And, like, because of him just acting himself, he literally got, like, abandoned again and sent to a new home.
Like, the whole YouTube thing just makes it, like, 10 times worse because in that blog post, like, I read that when they were first adopting him, they had, like, a fundraiser video.
I'm going to just talk about what we talked, like, the rest of what we talked about in the video. So basically, we just talked about how we don't appreciate the fact that Huxley's mom kind of raised money off of him before they even started adopting him by asking for a fundraiser for him. And we were just talking about things like that. And we also ran into a little kind of issue, I guess, with Facebook, because I posted a post on Facebook that I'll show right here, basically just showing a series of pictures, screenshots from the article, which I will link down below, and someone commented back on it, and expressed their opinions on it, and so we expressed our opinions on it. And all I'm going to say about that is, like, yes, we don't know the whole story, so we're not trying to make any judgments. We're not trying to say what they did was wrong or attack them for their choices. They did what they thought was in the best interest for the family. However, like we said before, when you promise to take care of someone and love someone forever, you make that promise to do so even when times get hard. I do apologize that I wasn't able to put in all those clips because I don't remember everything we talked about, and we really did have a really good conversation about that, so that is totally my fault. But I do hope that what I have said in this video so far has been decent enough to get my voice out there. I just want to pray and hope that Huxley is doing okay and that he will grow up in a household who can take care of him and can assume full responsibility in taking care of all of his needs. All I know is that I suffer with my own abandonment issues, so I can't even imagine how hard it must be for him right now. And please, if you have time, sign the petitions to demonetize her YouTube videos as well as take down the videos of Huxley. I know that can seem like we're trying to erase the memory of him, but that's definitely not what we're doing. Yeah, and I don't want this little boy to grow up and find these videos and see the family that didn't want him anymore. I just think that's not something you should put a child through, so please sign the petitions that I will also link in the description box. And that is it for this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.